The original Jurassic Park builder.
That's right.
Is it really? Is that what this
Other
is?
than maybe Jurassic Park Builder on the Game Boy Advance. But that's another that's another game entirely. Okay, so to start off, to ease us into the topics of conversation, Chad, what are you playing?
What am I playing? Currently, as everyone's pretty sure, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. Constantly.
So
with the whole
same old,
Year of the Pig.
Nothing new.
What was that?
I said just the same old, nothing new.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get back into Kingdom Hearts because I beat the first and second one so long ago that I want to be fresh in mind before I play the third one. So that's kind of something I've been playing, and then
Don't forget to play the other 16 so you can get the whole story.
I have like the whole list leading up to it, thanks to the whole like kind of PS4 remastering of them. So I bought, or Kiefer actually bought them for me. So like I have everything. I just need to like sit down and do it. I gotten halfway through the first one, so I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Do you currently have Kingdom Hearts 3?
No, I wasn't gonna bother until I beat the others again, so that way I can fully appreciate the game and its Kingdom Hearty gloriousness.
Its splendor and glory.
Yeah.
Everyone said it's pretty good so far, so I mean, you know, I'm on board. I'm on board. I plan to do the same thing. I plan to play through all the other ones, and then I'll play that one.
Tim, what about you?
Well, right now I'm currently playing a little game called Dead by Daylight. No.
Christ, you two.
That Year of the
I
Pig.
fucking love that game, man. That game's so good. They have an event going on right now. What is not to love? You know, that's what you gotta play. When there's events going on, you play the events.
So,
but I'm also playing Darkest Dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah. Get on that, David. Shit's good. It's a great game.
I actually am not going to be getting on that. I watched a very deep dive video into the mechanics of that game, and I can say that it is probably not for me.
That game is fucking phenomenal. It's a very difficult game, but I mean, if you're a person who's good at building out parties, you won't die. You won't. I mean, there's the chance that you get fucked at some point. There's always going to be that chance, but the odds are slim to none if you figure out what you're doing. You know, there's some trial and error to figure out party compositions, though.
Well, that's fun.
Okay.
I actually do have another one that I've been playing. Dave's gonna hate it. David, you're gonna absolutely hate this. But Tim, you might like it. Granted, you might not like the fact of what it's on. But I've been playing Star Ocean Anamnesis.
God, I hated that game.
I've been having a little bit of fun with it. I'm trying to get into it.
You'll be happy to hear that I do not hate that game.
That would be weird.
It's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game.
Never even heard of it.
Well,
yeah.
Star Ocean's like a whole like RPG in itself, so like it's got like a long history of greatness. But I wanted to play
Sci-fi.
this one.
Is that greatness in massive quotes?
Nope.
No.
It's a sci-fi epic. It's pretty great.
No, it's pretty fun. Except for the one on PS4, I believe, it's pretty trash. But every other one's good.
I think it's fun.
No, it was trash. Like
it was fun.
I tried playing it for like 5 minutes and like it was just not fun. And I was like, I'm out. I'm done. It's kind of like when they changed a bunch of stuff in oh shoot, what's the one with Cosmos in it? I can't remember that game. What's that game? Chrono? No, not Chrono. Xenosaga.
Oh, fucking Xenosaga. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, everyone says they switched it up too much in the second one, but they brought it back for the third one, so it's fine.
Maybe I'll have to play the third one. But they fucked so much up from 1 to 2 that I was just like, I'm not into this
pretty much
anymore.
everyone agrees the third one's the best one of that particular series.
I might go back. I loved the first Xenosaga game, and it was so beautifully done, and like, I mean, it was like 50 hours of cutscenes, but they were engaging cutscenes, and you were like, I'm okay with this. You know, and I'm not even joking, David. There was probably literally 50 hours of cutscenes
in a mobile game.
No.
this is different.
on,
We've
we're
moved
not
on.
talking about a mobile game anymore.
No. We've moved on to old PS2 games.
Yeah, because no one wants to talk about Star Ocean Animesis.
No.
No, I'm talking about
Animesis, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that one. I didn't like the battle system, and it just
It's a little
took
wonky,
me out of it.
but
I didn't like it at all.
I think it's okay. I've been
I
playing it on
even
the iPad,
managed to
so-
draft like a great team right out of the gate with all the extras they give you.
Oh yeah, they give you
like-
so much shit.
I
want you
had
to play
Fate, I had Claude, and I had freaking Rena, and I was like, this is the best team ever. And then I was like, wow, this game's terrible. So I stopped playing. I like the Final Fantasy ones, like Opera Omnia and Record Keepers, and
Oh yeah, that was alright. They're pretty fun.
what is that?
I can't remember
Bravious
the
or
name.
whatever. I don't fucking remember.
yeah.
I don't play
They've
that
got
one anymore.
I don't know what it is about the mobile ones. I think they want you not to be able to pronounce any of their games.
Yeah,
Go
something
mobile
like
for
that.
some reason.
All I can say is that I did not enjoy Star Ocean Animesis at all.
It was fine.
The best mobile game I've played in recent memory is Fire Emblem Heroes because it still retains some element of like the tactical gameplay that the game's about.
True. Oh,
And
you know
I
what?
enjoy that greatly.
I will say there's one more mobile game that I've been kind of sort of playing on and off, but it's not originally a mobile game. Final Fantasy
About
IX.
the mobile games.
Well,
Hell
I've been
yeah.
playing on my iPad a lot because I like the fact that I could just literally like lay on my couch and then just like take my glasses off and like play. But Final Fantasy IX on the iPad, surprisingly great. Like they've got the controls down for it.
Is it
For,
the
like,
PC port by chance?
It might be. I don't. It
Like,
is a port, but
Does it have the option to turn random battles off?
I
Because the PC version does. Like, you can just turn off random battles.
What the fuck's the point?
So you can do, like, level 1 challenges and shit.
I guess, but that's stupid. I don't know. I haven't checked that, to be perfectly honest. But it's pretty fun. The controls are actually pretty good on it. I haven't run into too many issues as far as control goes. I mean, I run into the same issue that I've ran into the game in general, where it's just, like, fucking difficult as fuck. But, yeah, other than that.
It's
Great
got
games.
its moments.
David, what are you playing?
I actually just finished Strange Brigade.
You finished
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I finished it. I played through the main campaign and then the kind of like 3-part DLC chapter. Tons of fun. Absolutely love that game. It's plays a little bit like Left 4 Dead, cross with, oh man, what's well, actually, it's kind of like a cross between Left 4 Dead and COD Zombies.
God, boys! Okay, I
But
can
no,
get
it's
behind
tons
that.
of fun. It's got like this 1930s like British Empire vibe to it. Lots of plundering and looting.
Yeah, it plays right into all kinds of shit that I just
It's
really
all
get into.
For
So
the Queen.
For the Queen!
For Queen and country. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I'm in. I've seen some people play it. It looked like just like goofy fun. So I was like,
It
I
is.
can get behind this.
That's exactly how I would describe it, as goofy fun.
I'm all for goofy fun.
Okay, well,
there
now that
any other
everybody's
kind?
caught up.
Yeah, true.
Oh, goofy fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no other kind of goofy.
Those are like just regular fun.
shut
Like good old fashioned clean fun.
up.
I mean, there's fun in the sheets.
Hey,
Yeah, that's definitely not
that's-
clean.
that's a pretty good time.
It's true.
Now that everybody's caught up, on what we're playing, guess what else we've been playing?
Lots of stuff.
Apex Legends.
Okay, I wasn't sure
yes.
which way we were going with this.
Which is going to lead
Yes.
us into our first Hawt Topix.
Hot topics.
That's right. So we've actually we played a few rounds just the other day of Apex Legends.
Yeah, we were
That's right,
testing it
The,
out.
new battle royale from Respawn, of all
Me and
people.
Chad played a few rounds more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David gave up.
I mean,
pretty early.
I can only take so much.
That's fair. Well, the problem is like me with first-person shooters on the PC. I'm just not used to it yet. Like I've always had like
Sacrilege.
I've always been a I guess 1, 2,
PlayStation.
3, and 4.
A console shooter.
Yeah, but not
probably
even
so.
console, because I sucked at Xbox too. Like, I hate their controllers. Which
We were
everyone's gonna
fine
get.
at Halo. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I was never great at Halo. I was much better when I got a PlayStation controller in my hands, because that's what I
Yes.
kind of grew up with, you know? I never really had an Xbox because I didn't really care for them, other than Halo, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was really good at the PlayStation controllers just because that's what I knew, you know? So I think I'm still really bad at using a mouse and keyboard, and I don't know why I cannot get good at it as far as like a first-person shooter. That aside, the game is really fun. I'm really excited to see where they go with it. My only concern is that they're not going to have new characters. Like, I like the fact that there's like different powers,
Like
but
adding more characters?
yeah, I'm hoping that there's more. I hope it's kind of like where they keep adding on new characters. And sure, I don't care.
Think they're gonna add new characters?
I don't know. I mean,
they're going to. It's been out for like a day.
Yeah,
Well,
why
no.
wouldn't they?
my thought is it's gonna be more of like they're gonna focus on like, oh, you can get skins and all this other stuff. I mean, I guess COD Boy added characters, so I mean maybe this will too. I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see.
but do the
I'm sure they're gonna
characters
add
in
more
COD
characters.
Do the characters in COD have special abilities?
Yeah. The new characters
okay.
do. I mean, the Zero, I believe she has the ability to throw the like I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like messes up your equipment or whatever.
Every specialist in Call of Duty has a thing that only they can do.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that that'll happen. I don't know. I get worried when there's a limited amount of characters, and the fact that the character I wanted to play immediately is locked. But whatever.
Yeah, well, you gotta spend money, you know? They're not
spend
gonna
money
just
to
give you
make
everything for free.
Money.
Oh, well, I want the one guy for free. Oh, Mirage. He's super hot.
They're not gonna give you the cool characters for free. You gotta buy that shit.
I only go after what I think looks nice.
Yeah, my,
So we got pretty good from Chad. Tim?
is Apex as good as Fortnite, right? So as of right now, I'm gonna say no. Reason being is I feel like in Fortnite there's just more to do before you get slaughtered to death.
I mean, it took how long to get to that point, though, Tim?
Even then, I mean, there's still more to do. Like, you know, in Fortnite, I run around and feel like I'm doing something when I'm collecting supplies and stuff. Whereas in Apex, I literally just pick up, like, you know, the 14 pistols they have lying around on the ground, and then I go get
That's
shot.
true.
That's what I do in Apex.
I do get irritated
you know?
with the amount of pistols that Apex
Yeah,
gives you.
like,
compared
I
to
don't
everything
feel
else.
like I'm accomplishing anything right up until the point where I get shot and killed.
Yeah.
And that bugs me, so I think Fortnite's got a big one-up there.
I also think
Just-
the learning curve in Apex is much steeper than Fortnite. Where Fortnite, you can jump in, you understand what the fuck's going on right away. But Apex is like, okay, well, now you have to understand all these different weapons. And
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I don't
how they work,
necessarily
and
think it has a larger learning curve.
I think it does
'Cause,
a little
like,
bit.
You know, Fortnite's got the building and the supply management
I
and,
guess
you know,
that's
all
a
that
little
good stuff.
bit.
Whereas Apex is literally just like, you know, this is a shotgun, does what shotguns do. You get close, shoot people. Your sniper rifle, stand far away, shoot people. You know, it's all very basic, in my
I don't
opinion.
know. I feel like though Fortnite, it was easier to tell you what the weapons were. Where Apex is like, here's your SR-29, and it's like, unless you play like other shooter games, you're not gonna know what those are right away. Whereas
Well,
like,
you just press I and it tells you what it is.
I know, but like when you play Fortnite, it literally just says sniper rifle or heavy sniper rifle. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, that's because it's the name of the weapon. Yeah, I mean, you know,
That's the
that's just how it
difference.
goes.
I that's my point. Like, I think it's like more like easier to get into for like new players to like first person shooters, which is why all these younger kids are getting into Fortnite. Obviously, one, it's more cartoony, and two, it's just simpler. It's a much more simpler like verbiage and stuff like that. I think that's why. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like Apex is a simpler game overall. Whereas, like, mastering your character might be more difficult when you're talking about, like, the tacticals and the ultimates. Whichever character has their own tactical maneuver and passive and ultimate.
Yeah, which I always forget to use.
Yeah, figuring those out, once you figure out how to do all that as a squad, you probably do much better. Like, we have an issue where, like, someone, for instance, runs off towards where known enemies are by themselves while we're searching buildings for weapons and then get shot and we all die.
We are all guilty of that. We're all guilty of that. Don't you point fingers. I was looking for equipment.
I didn't run off to where I knew enemies were.
Okay, whatever. David, your thoughts. I know kind of your thoughts, but let's finish us off with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm never really going to be into the whole, like, Battle Royale genre. I definitely like a lot of things they've done in this game. Like actually dropping as a unit where one person controls the team is really cool.
Yeah. Oh,
so you don't
David,
have to worry about, like,
we found out
people.
Those flying robot-y things, you could land on them.
Robot-y things.
They're like airships. They're like robot-y airships.
Like
you
other
can land
ships?
on them, and they have weapons on them.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty neat.
I like that.
The ability to like it's not a guarantee, obviously, but like the ability to respawn is amazing.
Yeah, that's a big up for that game that none of these other ones have. Like, if you have that teammate, we don't, but if you have that teammate who can pull off the clutch victory against a squad, you can revive your team.
Yeah, you can bring them back.
Yeah, that is
great.
cool. I mean, it's nearly impossible for us, but it's cool. It's possible in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of really the only two things I can give it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I will say this is probably... I do think this game has the potential to dethrone Fortnite just because it's got a lot going for it. Just the idea of having specialized characters and being able to, like, build a squad like you do a fucking, an RPG party.
Yeah.
Where, you got your support, you got your heals, and you got your fucking tank. Like, that's pretty cool. I like that idea a lot, and, like, once people really start to pick up on it, I think we're going to start to see some pretty hardcore shit coming out of this game. And I'm sure they're going to be adding more characters down the line to spice it up even more. So, like, that, for me, I think, is just better than Fortnite already. And I do think it has the possibility of dethroning it.
I do wonder, it was a very interesting choice to specifically choose 3 people. And I did find it really funny and I wish I had the tweet in front of me, but I saw someone tweet, when you realize you're the 4th friend in a group, because you're not invited to Apex.
That's right.
I was like, that's pretty accurate, because like that's such a weird number, 3. I mean, I guess it's not, but it is, because we've been so like trained with the like Call of Duty and
maybe they were
Fortnite, obviously.
They were trying to get in on a market, because didn't Fortnite like just add a 3-man group?
Yeah,
they must have, or they probably did that because Apex was coming out. Honestly,
no one knew about Apex.
No,
from what I've heard.
I mean,
they announced it and launched it on the same fucking day.
Did they really? I mean, as far as I knew, I don't keep up with like.
Yeah, from what I've read, they announced it and then like an hour later it was available.
I mean, that's a smart thing to do. It kind of builds up this weird hype. I don't know. I kind of like the idea.
I'm assuming that's what the big rush was, because everyone's like, what the fuck?
What is this? I must try it now. It's free. Let's do this.
Yeah. And that's a good way to go about it, Just be like, hey, here's a game. Enjoy.
Yeah, have fun. It might dethrone Fortnite. If not, oh well.
Yeah, I think it has the possibility. I mean, it'll be difficult, don't get me wrong.
It's
but
new still, yeah.
It depends on what kind of personalities pop up around it, basically.
True. I mean, I think it's got a very Overwatchy look and kind of feel to it without having nearly as much of a... I don't know. I feel like Overwatch has something that this doesn't too. I can't place my finger on.
Royale.
No, not necessarily that, but I meant like the characters and the way it plays a little bit, as far as like, I don't know. Although one thing I think is stupid is that the toggle of your aim sights is on instead of holding it down. Like you toggle it. I was like, that's dumb. Who wants that?
Yeah, that is
You,
dumb. I'm not
that's
agreeing
like
on that one.
default. That's default. Get the
I don't
hell
have a
out of
problem
here.
with toggle.
No,
I know
Gross.
you two
I
don't
don't
like it. I don't
toggling
mind
shit.
it.
I want to hold down the button to aim down the sights, and then I want to unhold, and it just goes away. I don't have to press it again. I'm not
Just
trained
tap it.
that way.
You don't
Yeah.
press it, you tap it.
My brain doesn't train. I would fuck up, and I get panicky, and then there's shit going on around me. No, I need everything to be the same. I need to know how to play it.
There's nothing wrong with toggle.
There's everything wrong with toggle. At least there's a default. Give me the option, fine, but don't throw it on there as the default. That's stupid.
I suppose.
All right. Well, moving quietly along here to the next
Far from quiet.
topics.
Topics.
So you probably don't know, other than me just telling you that we were going to be talking about it today. Illumination, the Despicable Me and Minions folks, have the rights to make a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Which
I
is
did-
surprising because of the hack job that was done with the original Mario movie. Like, I thought they would never allow it again.
Nah, but
Well,
if
here's
anyone's
the
gonna
thing,
do
though.
it, that's Illumination.
The only reason Nintendo probably allowed it this time is because
Minions
it's
is
going to
awesome.
be animated.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea a lot more, you know.
It's not going to be a live-action movie.
Yeah, as much as the original Mario Brothers movie is a guilty pleasure of mine, don't get me wrong. I don't think that movie was ever, that game was ever meant to be a live-action film. Like, there's only so much you can do with jumping on fucking turtles and shit. You know,
I mean, he's
and
a
like,
plumber.
they did it wrong.
Oh, obviously.
Very wrong. Oh,
I
my
don't know what
goodness.
they were thinking. Granted, you gotta keep in mind, Tim, it was the 80s, and the 80s did a lot of things wrong.
Yeah, but like, you know, and what's the fucking Big Red or Big Bertha or whatever fuck her name is? Like, it was just some
yeah.
big black lady in the movie
In the
who
nightclub,
wore red,
yeah.
and then she gave him like rocket boots.
What the fuck? I don't think I've ever actually watched the movie, to be fair. So
She was supposed to be the giant fish.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever. I mean,
that's exactly. And it was Chad. You need to watch that movie.
I don't know.
So
I'm
Chad has not
alright.
seen the original Super Mario Brothers movie?
If I've seen clips, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
Oh my goodness!
It looked
And
terrible.
they were so fucking sure of themselves that they left it open for a sequel and everything.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's painful to watch. It really is. It's a great time.
So, the original Super Mario Brothers movie aside, how does everyone feel about Illumination's like previous work? Like, obviously, Despicable Me,
Love
all
it.
three of those. The Minions movie.
I'm a fan. I've never seen a Minions movie. I assume they're fine.
That's cute.
I mean,
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm sitting right in front of a King Bob Pop Funko right in front of me right now.
It
To be honest,
has that thing like it is pretty much the exact opposite of what you would think like the Minions movie would be. Like, you think these little characters that are basically just like offshoots in Despicable Me, they probably have, you know, a side movie with them would just be like them going out and doing random stuff like for Gru, or maybe like if they wanted like for a previous
Right.
like a master or like an evil genius. No, this has like this whole thing where they go into like the backstory of Minions, and the Minions have like existed since before the dawn of time, and they like always just serve the most evil being that there is. So the movie
Okay.
starts off and they're like helping a T-Rex.
Okay.
And it's just this really bizarre thing.
yeah, it's a little different than the other movies. Although I think it was really funny. I don't know. I liked a lot about it. I mean, a lot of people are probably gonna give me shit for it but I'm a big fan of any of the Minions. Most people just think they're irritating, but I find them adorable.
Yeah, no, I very
same-
much enjoyed Despicable Me. That was a good ride. You know, perfect mix of little saddy bits and hilarity.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen the first one. The first
Oh.
one.
I've also
Don't worry,
only seen the
David.
first one. So
I have
there
them
you go.
all. We can
Oh,
have
do you?
a marathon.
I might have to borrow those.
Yeah, I have every
first
single one of
Despicable
them.
Me. Sing. Did anybody see Sing?
I did,
No.
and I was surprised at how much I liked it. Like, I thought it was gonna be stupid, and I was like, I kind of like this, especially because it was like it is a singy movie. It's like about like, and they're singing like actual songs, like not their own version of songs.
Yeah,
like
the
real
classic
songs.
jukebox musical.
Yeah.
Well, being that I have children around, that movie holds a special place in hell for me. Yeah, so I am good. No, thank
Although there's Illumination does have one flop in my opinion. It's not terrible, but it's just it wasn't great, and I really was upset that it wasn't great because I was super excited about it when I first saw the trailer, and it was The Secret Life of Pets. It was just
that would have been the
okay.
next one.
I did not like that movie at all.
It was just meh.
Yeah,
it was the greatest.
It was just the worst.
It was just the worst. I wouldn't say it was the worst, but it wasn't good.
It was not good. Like, I would never watch it again.
Yeah,
It's
they
no
have a
Super
sequel
Mario
coming
Brothers
out.
movie.
Yeah, it's no Super Mario Brothers.
I guess their last body of work so far.
The Grinch.
The Grinch, yeah.
Which they did the
Grinch.
Lorax too, I guess. So, I mean...
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
right. The Lorax. I forgot about that.
I guess, I don't know.
But I suppose, given their body of work, do we feel that the Super Mario Brothers movie is in good hands?
Now, how well... did anyone see the Grinch or the Lorax?
No.
No.
So,
David?
here's my thoughts on this, right? So, I think any animation house has a good chance at making a competent Mario Brothers film. Not only because, you know, obviously animated property is going to be a million times better for the Mario Brothers, but now they have so much lore that they can actually work with to create a competent story
Mario
that they did not have when they originally made the first movie.
Honestly, though, let's think about it this way, too. Because they came out with Super Mario Odyssey, right? And, like, that game is ridiculous. And it's such a great story, right? Game, the whole premise of the game is really stupid, in my opinion. But it's still great. So, really, honestly, you can make a dumb plot line still be good with Mario. Because it is so wacky and there's no rules and it's kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time. You know, just think of, like, Super Mario Sunshine. Like, that's a fucking weird-ass goddamn storyline, but it works, you know? Just a good time. And, like, all the RPG ones, like, you could turn any of those into a movie because they're just good times.
True.
All the way through. So,
to be fair, though, I think if there was one I think that they should actually do... And I don't even want the Super Mario Brothers.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yes, I would love that. Luigi's Mansion. That was exactly where I was going. Tim, you knew it.
Hell yeah.
Luigi's Mansion would be way better as a movie than the Super Mario Brothers. Just like
I would
in
watch
general.
the fuck out of that. Yeah.
Like, I think it would be much better. Even like if it was just like a short film that they put at the beginning of the movie or something, like a little teaser or something, like they do with the Minions.
So like before the Super Mario Brothers movie,
like a Luigi's Mansion
short.
Yeah, like they do that with Despicable Me all the time, like with the Minions. So
yeah, it's true.
That would be really cool if they did something like that, or like lead up to that movie. Like that could be like the next movie that they do with the Mario franchise, and
that would
like,
be pretty badass.
I would die. I would live for that. That would be so much better.
Have a good chance of pulling it off because, and here's another reason. It has much more appeal with children than like the guy
adults.
who. What is his fucking name? What is the guy from fucking Roger Rabbit?
I can't think of that guy's
Roger
name.
Rabbit?
The old dude that played in it.
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
the main
off the top of
guy.
my head.
Oh, Bob
plays Mario.
Hoskins.
Yes.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
Bob Hoskins does not pull in a crowd of children as well as an animated movie.
Maybe in the 80s, Tim. We don't know. We weren't
No,
there.
he did not pull in children in the 80s. Like,
Children went
Roger
out in love
Rabbit
with
was
Bob
not a
Hoskins.
children's film. Okay.
Fair enough.
You know? So there's another point for them right there. Like, there's no way they can fail. There's just not.
To be fair, I don't think that they were trying to bring in kids with Super Mario. I think back in the day, they were still thinking that, like, people playing video games were these giant, like, teenage nerds. So that's probably who they were going after back then.
I mean, that's still kids.
I know, but they were... they're not... The teenage nerds aren't going to go and see a cartoon.
What are you
now
talking
they
about?
might. Now they might, but back in the 80s...
The 80s was full of fucking nerds watching cartoons.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like all the best fucking. What are you talking about?
Like what?
The Masters of the fucking Universe.
Yeah, but they
Teenage
weren't
Mutant Ninja
movies.
Turtles?
They didn't go to the theaters to watch those. They watched
The
those in the
fucking
privacy of their house.
Transformers movie was in theaters. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they all had movies.
Yeah.
In the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. In
That's
theaters?
where they come from.
I don't know. I bet they went straight to VHS.
No, they were in theaters.
How do you not know about these movies, Chad?
The Teenage
I
Mutant
don't
Ninja
watch
Turtles was
those.
like the biggest fucking thing on Earth in the 80s.
What the hell? What's wrong with you, Chad?
And Masters Universe, I fucking love that movie. Also came out in the 80s.
Whatever.
Speaking of things being wrong with Chad,
Fuck off.
you guys, I know you know because I told you already, but you may have also heard in the news, Metro Exodus got poached and is going to be Epic Store exclusive.
That's not the only thing that got poached.
What else?
Division 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Not entirely true. You will be able to get it on Uplay.
But it's not Steam.
It's not on Steam.
Well, okay.
That's what
But I'm
matters
saying
here.
you can
play
only get Metro Exodus on the Epic Store.
Yeah,
Well, okay,
they're
here-
going to be poaching lots of indies too, I think. Like big time, because they're offering a fucking 12% rate.
Compared to what? Steam's
30.
30? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's been lots of points back and forth about how this will go. Like, Steam has a lot of stuff that for like the users that Epic and everybody else doesn't have, like all these extra bonus things, all these sales, these crazy sales that they do. You know, there's such a fan base there already that it's just like many people are probably not going to make that switch.
Just think about this though, right? So Steam is offering them, you know, that 30%, you know,
that they
that's
take.
it. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So let's think about that in a sale where you're buying a game for $250. They ain't
Okay.
making shit. Okay.
Well,
now,
yeah.
if Epic does the same thing, which there's no reason for people to not allow them to do that if they're going to let Steam do it, they're going to make a shit ton more money through the Epic Store. A shit ton. A metric shit ton.
Only if there are the people there to buy it, is my point.
Yeah, I absolutely think people will jump ship if all the indies start moving.
I don't know.
I absolutely think that is a thing. And, like, people already have enough issues with Steam as is nowadays because everyone complains about everything. Like, how dare you give me great sales?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of diehard Steam fans out there. Plus, the fact that I have to have an Origin, I have to have Blizzard app, I have to have the Steam app, I have to have.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing if you buy games that require those through Steam, though. You still have to have those apps.
I know. I'm just getting tired of it. Like, and some of them, like, now it's exclusive to that. Like, at least before it's like, okay, fine, I need the app, but now I have to go to the app actually and use it. So that's annoying. I hate that. Like, I just want like a hub. Someone make a hub for all my apps, where everything's all in one, beautiful, and I don't have to do anything extra. Like, I don't have to sync
Called your
anything.
Desktop.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. See, this is the point. See, Tim, this is where you didn't let me finish. I don't want to do anything extra. I just want it to go. I want to be like, click, click, done. And then, like, it just works. See, that's how you make money in this world. I always tell my mom, I pay for convenience. All right? I will always pay a dollar more for that drink at 7-Eleven because it's on the corner instead of going all the way through the supermarket for like $1 less for the same exact item, just because it's so much more convenient to go.
Well, to be fair, you'd be spending money in gas to get there too.
Well, I mean, I guess, but usually it's like
See what you wouldn't break even.
To be fair, Tim, 7-Eleven and the closest supermarket to me are exactly the same distance away from me. I'm still going to 7-Eleven because it's a shorter walk. It's in and out. Where the supermarket, I have to go in and then I have to deal with everybody, and it's not worth my time. And the parking lot's huge. It's just like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see things jump off Steam. I really don't. But
No.
Epic has definitely got the money to, put up a fight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, regardless, it's more of a win for the users and not so much a... You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
it's never a win for the users. Ever.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no such thing.
Honestly, though, like, at the end of the day... Okay, so it goes from Steam to Epic. Who's that hurting?
Well, it's hurting me because then I have to get used to a whole new system.
But you have Epic already. You use it for Fortnite.
I don't use their fucking store. I don't want to get used to a new platform. Like, I literally go in there and I click Fortnite and that's it.
I guess, but it's
like,
nothing.
I don't know if you saw the Origin store, but what a fucking mess.
Yeah, that place is a mess. I will say
what a
that.
goddamn mess. And if the Epic store is anything like that, fuck that. Like, Steam store is so nicely put together and it's so easily, like, everything just curated so well in the Steam store.
I don't know. With Fortnite, you think they have all the money in the world to make everything beautiful? They better. I will say that. They better. They have all that goddamn money. They need to make that beautiful and perfect.
Exactly.
Or else they're not going to win.
Back to the original point, though, Dave.
Oh, yeah, where we go? What was the conversation about?
I am a little bit miffed that I will not be able to get Metro in Steam because, it's just easier to just get it in Steam.
Well, here's the thing, too. Here's what, like, really sucks about this entire thing. It was on Steam.
Yeah.
It was on Steam. They were selling pre-orders for it. And then 2 weeks before launch, they're like, never mind. And they jump ship to the Epic store.
Now, are they refunding these people or are they just giving them the game on the Epic store?
No, the pre-sales that went up on Steam will be honored through Steam.
Oh.
If you bought digitally. Now, if you pre-ordered a physical copy that was going to come with a Steam key, you will now be getting an Epic key.
Okay. I guess that's not so bad.
It's not bad.
I don't pre-order games because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, you get the same shit. I've never not gotten the same shit as a pre-order.
Well, you know what you don't get when you pre-order a game that a lot of people do get? Frustration. Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess.
Because Jesus fucking Christ, how many games launch and just the servers are a goddamn nightmare
it
for
was
like a year?
It was different when games were like on the PlayStation 2 and everything wasn't reliant on the internet. I remember when I first got the PS3 and I was trying to play, what game was it? Assassin's Creed. And we didn't have internet connected to the PS3 because we didn't have Wi-Fi at the time. Everything was still like plugged in. And I remember like thinking, man, the game doesn't work. I don't have my game working. Like, so I took it back, got a new one, and like, that one doesn't work either. What the fuck? Well, what needed to happen, I needed to update the game for it to even start. And I needed to be attached to the internet. And I didn't realize that right away when the PS3 first came out. And I remember being really irritated that my game wasn't working. And to find out that it just needed to be hooked up to the internet just for a fucking update.
God. Yeah, that is my favorite, when you buy a game fucking day one and then there's like 14 hours of updates. It's like, what in the fuck?
Like, why did I buy this disc?
Yes. Like, why did you even put this out if it's unplayable?
Right.
Because, consoles specifically, they have to submit their games months ahead of time for approval, and then the dev team works on things in the window between approval and release, and that's where your day one patches come from.
Well, guess what?
I hate it. I'm out. They need to work on that
before the approval.
Yeah. Get ahead of yourself, bitches.
That's right. Put more time on the clock, and it won't be a fucking problem.
Yeah, because we know what we're talking about.
That's right.
Oh, God.
Episode 1, baby.
Episode 1. Yeah, we're calling them out. Name and shame, baby. Name and shame.
That's right.
All right, well, I think it's time to jump into the meat of things here.
The meat
I prepared
potatoes.
a topic to give to the guys here to come up, or I guess I should preface this with a question. Is it possible for a
Yes.
game to have too much. Okay, for a game to have too much content.
I will get into the meat of why that is.
I'm assuming we. I mean, I know I have an example, and I know that they have examples as well. But Chad, let's start with you. Well, give us a game that just has too much content.
Is it the same game? All right, go ahead.
I don't know. I guess me and Tim, we haven't discussed what our games are, and I'm heavily worried that me and Tim have the same
what
one.
our games are.
Well, first things first. I'll preface everything with, I think, yes, a game could have too much content. However, I don't think it's a problem unless you're forced to kind of have to deal with it all.
Right.
Right? Okay. So, like,
Yeah,
a game
I
like...
can agree with that.
For example, a game like Fallout has a ton of shit, but you don't have to necessarily follow it to get to it. You know, there's a storyline, and you can get from A to B and miss everything, and it's whatever. And you could finish the game technically. Where the game that I'm going to present to you does not follow that same theory, and that is actually a game that I truly love, but it has that problem. It is Kingdom Hearts. Is it Tim? Tim, is it the same?
No, it's not the same game.
Oh, okay.
At all.
So
My
Kingdom
issue,
Hearts has too much content.
I think it's too many games. Too much story.
Wait,
There's too much story.
Okay. So Chad's not just talking about one game. He's talking about the entire fucking
I'm talking about the franchise.
Oh, Chad
As a-
went off on this in a little different direction.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's what I meant. I know it went a little off, but I think it needed to be said because, okay, there's Kingdom Hearts 1, and then there's something in the middle of that, and then Kingdom Hearts 2, and then just a shit ton of stuff, and then there's Kingdom Hearts 3. And to understand a lot of, I guess, in Kingdom Hearts 3, here's a lot of complaints. You have to play those other little, mobile games and, these offshoots and stuff like that in between. And it's just like, well, why? Why can't I just play 1, 2, 3? And then there's like, oh, let me understand a little bit of other things in between. That's just, I don't necessarily need to know to get to the end of the game. I was just more of a
Well, you can get to
fun
the end of the
lore
game without
thing.
knowing those things. It's just the story's not going to make as much sense.
Exactly, and I hate that. I want it to be like the story makes all the sense in the world just playing 1, 2, and 3, and then if I happen to play the other ones, it's just like a little clarification on small details, or an expansion to a character's storyline, not so much reliant on the entire storyline and plot of the next game.
Yeah.
I don't have any examples because I haven't played 3 yet, but I could guarantee
Have you played the other ones though? You said you're working through 1 and 2 right now. Have you played any of those?
I dabbled a little bit
offshoot
in
games.
What's the name of the most recent one? I can't think of the name of it. The one with the girl with the blue hair. I can't think of her name, but that one I played a little bit with that one, and they kind of sort of you see these characters in other games, and it's kind of, I don't know, but there's just too much. There's just too much story that they're trying to do, and it gets very confusing very quickly if you don't pay attention to it. And even after beating 1 and 2, it's been years since I played them, and I was thinking back, and I was like, what is the plot line of part 2? Kingdom Hearts 1 you can follow pretty easily, but Kingdom Hearts 2 gets really convoluted really quick because there's 2 storylines going on, and I can't even remember how it happens. But I don't know. it gets very convoluted. But
That was not the way I expected you to go with this. Yeah, we did not pick the same game at all.
good. But it's a great game nonetheless.
Franchise.
Franchise games. It's a great
Games,
franchise.
multiple. Yeah. Okay,
I-
okay. So then let me ask you, within your pick, each
Yeah.
game individually, how do they fare?
Individually, I mean, if it didn't, storyline aside, I'm just basing this off of 1 and 2. I'm not gonna the in-betweeners because there's a couple snooze fests in there, but I will say the games are fantastic as far as gameplay, fun factor, surprise characters and like little additions that they have, and a lot of the voice acting is like spot on with some of the characters. Especially in the second one. I think the first one it was kind of a stretch, but they were still pretty good. But 2, they were like, okay, now we can afford it for sure. So they did a great job on capturing the essence of Disney and Final Fantasy and putting it in this game, which I remember being totally confused by originally when this came out like a long time ago, being a fan of both Disney and Final Fantasy on different levels. But they're great games, and I would never trade them for the world because they were a part of my childhood, and I loved them so much for that. So maybe that's why I'm okay with the weirdness that is the storyline. And Mickey's badass. He's kind of like Yoda in Part 3, when he kicks ass of Star Wars.
That would be Part 2.
Part 2 then? I don't know. I'm not good at Star Wars. Although that's Disney now, so maybe I should love it.
You need to brush up.
I need to brush up now. It's Disney. I need to get in on that, and I can't call myself a Disney fanboy. But yeah, 1 and 2 great games. 3 seems to be holding its own, so I'm excited to play that.
Well,
so Chad went off a little bit on that. Not quite where I thought he was going to go.
I always do.
Tim, a game that just has far too much to do.
Yeah, there's only one correct answer for this particular topic. Yeah, literally only one. And the answer, my friends, is Skyrim. There is no other fucking game in this world.
I mean, Skyrim falls into the same category that Fallout 3 does.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
There's a ton of stuff
I'm fine
to do,
with that.
But
here's the thing, right? If you're the type of person who enjoys 100%ing a fucking game, good fucking luck with goddamn Skyrim. Okay?
I guess, but that's
because
the
there
joy
is
of Skyrim.
so fucking
that's the other thing too is
much.
they have that Radiant Quest system where it just pulls random items from a pool and like gives you a thing to do.
Yeah, you can eventually complete all of them because there's only so many items available in Radiant Quest.
How much of Skyrim is actually like curated content?
A
lot of it is. And I also have the issue, right? So I'm a person who gets distracted easily in games, especially like that. You give me the option to explore, I'm gonna go fucking do it. And then you give me things to do, and I'm gonna go do it. And I have sunk over 1,000 fucking hours into Skyrim.
Over 9,000
and I've still
hours.
not seen everything that's in that goddamn game. Like, how much could you possibly jam in there? And this is an issue I have with these games. Like, you can go and do the storyline and be like, just go right through it and it's fine. But, like, I feel like they could have expanded the plot a little bit and put less time into all of these side missions that are essentially the same shit. Like, oh, look, explore this cavern. Because while the storyline is fun and I enjoy it, it's extremely short. You can literally beat that game in like probably 4 or 5 hours if you just go along the main storyline. Like, it is short as fuck. And they could have it's short as shit. Yeah.
I've never beat it.
Like, yeah, I know, because there's too much stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much the minute that I step outside of like the opening scene when I'm out of the prison, I'm like, well, I'm never gonna see the main quest again.
Yeah, like, there's so many things that distract you from the main quest that by the time you're done with it, you don't even remember what's part of the fucking main quest anymore, and I feel like that takes away from the story, personally.
I guess. I like making my own story.
Like we said earlier, you can absolutely just do that. It's fine. I don't have a problem deviating from the path, but like, my first playthrough of that game, I probably sunk 400 hours into the game. By the time it was done, I did not remember what was part of the fucking main quest. Like, I had no idea what the storyline was, so I had to go back through and play it again just to figure out what the hell the storyline was supposed to be. Because there's just so much to do.
Tim was up for 48 hours straight. He doesn't even know where he is. Doesn't know what character. He thinks he's the character.
He's wandering the mountains.
Like, they have all of these just bland little side missions that you can do that are just rinse and repeat, basically.
Yeah.
Like, there could have been so much more to, like, actual substance instead of all these silly things that are just jam-packed throughout the game. And I feel like that is the big miss here. Like, yes, there's too much content, but there could have been so much more. Okay.
There could have been... There's a lot of content, but there could have been the same amount of better content.
That's essentially what I mean.
Tim wants more concentrated content. He wants.
I want something that's a bit more fleshed out, and like, there's just too much filler, not enough fucking dinner.
Yeah. Tim likes his games like he likes his juice from concentrate.
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
No pulp.
Yeah. Like, I want things that are just a little bit more fleshed out. I don't want to just go into a cavern and like, oh, there's a fucking random enemy at the end. Oh, you got him. That's the mission. Woo, you did it. It could have been more interesting. There could have been more stuff fleshed out, and there's just too much of that, in my opinion. And like I said, I've put over 1,000 hours into that game, and I still haven't seen everything, but it's mostly just that filler content. And it bugs me, because I still know there's more of it out there.
There's more filler on the way to your next.
There's more filler to be had.
Our quest.
Yeah. That's my whole opinion on that one, though. I just feel like there's so much to do, but it's not really substantive at all.
Most of it's not worthwhile.
No. And there could have just been so much put into it that is better. Not to say that it's not like fucking phenomenal.
I like these different takes you guys had on the subject. Different ways of
Are we
approaching.
way off the the mark here?
Tim's not far off. Skyrim is a very good choice. Chad, you went just off the walls with your pick.
I really thought I was spot on,
that.
to be fair.
No, okay, so my choice, my pick for a game that just has far too much content, especially for what it is Batman Arkham Knight.
Okay,
now,
I don't know if I played that one.
Batman Arkham Knight is, without a doubt, my all-time favorite game. Hands down. I love this thing to death. However, I went through my save file, and I've broken down everything that you can do in this fucking game. Alright? Strap in.
Oh, Jesus Christ, let me get my buckle.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, you have the story mode. Just like the main game.
Right.
Which is 15 missions. The main mission, City of Fear, is 24 parts. So you have to go through 24 quests, essentially. Now, quest is a bad name for them. You have to do levels. There's 24 levels to that mission.
Okay.
No, it's all one map. There's 24 levels to that mission. And then you have Lamb to the Slaughter, which is kind of like a bonus thing. It's one part, you unlock it after you're done with like the main story. Gotham on Fire, which is a 3-part mission.
Epic.
Although it's no, you just do the same thing 3 times. You just chase Firefly and that's it.
Oh.
So you do that 3 times. Gunrunner, which is actually like there's 5 of them you have to do, but it's like a multi-part mission. You have to track down a penguin drop, not a drop, like a gun caravan, chase it back to its Home Depot, and then take out the cash once you track them down. You gotta do that 5 times.
But at least you can get a hot dog at that little stand outside.
Of the Home Depot?
Of the Home Depot.
Unfortunately, there are no hot dogs.
God damn it.
Then you have the
dogs.
Riddler's Revenge, which is a 12-part mission on top of the 243 Riddler challenges.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Occupy Gotham, which you have to take down 21 watchtowers throughout Gotham City. The Campaign for Disarmament, which is 14 road mines throughout Gotham City. The Perfect Crime, which is a 7-part mutilated bodies storyline, side story with Professor Pig. A Friend in Need, which kind of is a 1-part mission from, wraps up something from Arkham City. Heir to the Cowl, which is a 5-part mission where like you're training Azrael to take your place in case something bad happens, and then something happens at the end of that where you can actually choose your ending to that mission. Armored and Dangerous, which is 9 APCs you got to track throughout the city. The Line of Duty, which you got to find 16 firemen scattered throughout the city. Duty. Two-Faced Bandit, which is a 3-part stop Two-Face from robbing all of the Gotham City banks mission.
Okay.
Creature of the Night, which is a 4-part. We got to track down Man-Bat and turn him back into Kirk. Administer the antidote
Cobain?
to his baddiness. No, Kirk.
Okay.
Kirk Cobain, his brother.
Gotcha.
Own the Roads, which is you have to take down 20 vehicle checkpoints throughout Gotham City. Then there are the 4 expansion missions, which is a 4-part one with Mad Hatter, a 6-part one with Killer Croc, a 6-part mission with Ra's al Ghul, and a 4-part mission with Mr. Freeze, which is probably the best mission in the entire game. That thing is amazing. Now,
Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
So you do all of that, okay? And then do that all again for New Game Plus, because some madman made New Game Plus count towards your percentage, or your completion percentage.
Yeah, you see this, Chet? See, he's 100%ing it. You see?
So you go through all of that twice. Then you have the AR challenges, which six of them are tutorials that are counted for some reason. Then you have 25 free flow challenges, which is like the combat. 21 of which have 8 different characters that you can do them with, and they each have their own ranking. So you have to do 21 of them 8 times. 4 of them are character specific, you don't get to choose. 23 Silent Predator challenges, again, 20 of which have 8 different people with 8 different rankings that you have to go through. 21 Batmobile races with 6 different Batmobiles to use, with each with their own ranking. 5 the Bat Tank arenas, which can only be done with the default Batmobile because it's the only one that turns into a tank. And then 7 tank Bat Tank race hybrid things that they have. 2 of which can be done with any of the 6 Batmobiles. So you got to do 2 of them 6 times, and then the other 5 just once. And then on top of that, you have the Arkham episodes: Harley Quinn, Red Hood, Catwoman, Robin, Batgirl, which the Batgirl one is an open world. It's not just a linear progression like the other ones are. And Nightwing all have a side story that is tracked separately for 100% completion. And holy fucking shit, like, why does this game have this much stuff to do? And why is it all tracked towards your progression?
At least it has a tracker. Skyrim does not have a tracker.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. It has, like, it lets you know how far you have to go until you're done with everything, but holy crap. All of the crap there is to do in this game.
That's a lot.
I always get annoyed by trackers sometimes, because a lot of times it's deceiving to me, because sometimes you'll see the tracker be like, oh, I'm only 56% done with this game. I'm like only halfway through it. And then like you go to the next level and it's the very end and it's like 57% done. I'm like, I just beat the game. How am I only at 57%?
That, hey, Chad, if you want something that's going to infuriate you, play Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That's what the first one was the one I was referencing, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I got to what I was playing through it, and I got to something that was towards the end of the game, and I was just basically just like running through, doing it just like main quest only. Mm-hmm. I got to the last area, and there was a few missions to go. I got to the last area, and was at like 42%.
Oh God!
I 100%ed that game, but what
Shadow?
pissed me off, the first one.
Oh.
What pissed me off is I missed out on like a few of the I don't bother with multiplayer trophies, especially for games like that.
Oh yeah,
but I missed out on a couple of just random ass conversation trophies, which pissed me off. I had to go back and play the whole fucking game over again.
Oh, happens to the best of us.
Yeah, pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sounds like a shit ton of content there, David. Maybe someday I'll get to play that game.
It is. Frankly, too much content.
Did you 100% it?
Of course you did.
Yeah, actually,
Platinum.
okay, so actually, it's 240% because you gotta fucking do it twice. But, so I went through, and I 240% on the game. I have all of, Batman's AR challenges and 100% the Arkham episodes. And then I've mostly done the, all of the other characters' AR challenges.
Okay.
Because I just had to take a break.
Well, there. That sounds like a total lot of content. I don't know. I don't know how you guys do that. I can never 100% any game, like, ever. Like, I don't know if I've ever... Well, there might be a couple, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe when I was younger. But I swear, there's just too many options right now for me to sit down and 100% a game anymore. Like, I get so distracted by stuff. I'm lucky if I even beat a game at this point in my life.
If I start seeing things pop up in the corner, that's it. I'm like, oh, this trophy's fuck. I'm like, I gotta get all these goddamn things.
See, that's the opposite for me. I'm like, fuck, there's trophies. That means it's tracking how much I'm not gonna play this.
You're gonna be one of those people where it pops up like the very first trophy you get, but it's only like 98% of people have gotten this trophy because you didn't get that far.
Yeah. Oh. Damn you.
There's a few trophies I've picked up that only like, 0.3% of people have, and it's like for the simplest shit, and it's like, how does no one have this? It's probably because no one plays the game.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's like they bought the game but never played it. Yeah.
I hate that, because it's like, oh, I feel special, but I literally just like walked across this bridge.
Whoa, look at me. Well, I think this is
still
good.
farther than anybody else got in that game.
Yeah, well, usually,
True.
That means you're doing better than 98% of the populace, Tim. How does that make you feel?
That's how, well, I'm always doing better than 98% of the planet. Oh.
On that note, I think we'll end it here. I think we hit all our topics, correct, David?
Yeah, we had all of our points. We had good topics of conversation.
There was very hot topics. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more or hear more of us, I guess is what we should say. Throw down some comments down there. Let us know your thoughts. What game do you think has too much content going on? Or what are you playing right now? We'd actually like to hear that too. And your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts. Is it too much? Is it just too much?
Your thoughts on Apex? Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah, Apex. Your also thoughts versus Steam versus Epic. Yeah,
Yep.
anything we mentioned here, and
The
we want to know your
Mario
thoughts.
movie.
The Mario, all the thoughts.
Tell us
yeah.
below.
Yeah, let us know, and we'll have a nice little conversation down there to continue what we said in this podcast. So until next time, goodbye.